Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly predictions. Right, we're doing charms, the picture dice, and then I'll get some cards, okay? And this will just be random general predictions for the week ahead. Okay, let's do this. Didn't get very many. Okay, right, you're in a cycle of hard work ahead. Okay, this week you're really working hard on something. Right. It looks like there's a commitment you have. It could be a contract. Okay. A contract between you and someone else. The other person doesn't seem to be there. So it's like you have to do all the work on your own. That's why it's hard. Okay. So they've got a lot of heavy work on this week. Doing something. It looks like you've just accepted that you have to do this work. Right. It feels like maybe you're in a contract with someone, right? The other person isn't pulling their weight. So you're left to do all the work by yourself, right? Or trying to sort this out. But you're just accepting the fact that you have to do it on your own, right? Because you've got the lion here, so you are very resilient. And although you've been kind of left in the lurch here, it looks like you're definitely strong enough and confident enough to handle this situation on your own. And this landed on right across yes. It's like the Hanged Man, right? So Spirit are saying you have all the enlightenment and physical strength or mental agility or whatever it is you need to complete this cycle that you're in here. Okay? So as bad as it may seem, you'll be okay because you can handle it, okay? Let's just say that. So on Monday, you got this heart. That's like on Monday, you have like a special divine purpose. It must be what you're working on here. Left to work on, right? But there's a reason for this. It's got to do with your future, right? Something to do with your future. So I'm going to throw the dice on and we'll see what we get. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? You've been left in the lurch by someone who seems to have broken a contract. Okay. There's no communication, right? Maybe this person was supposed to get in touch and they didn't. It was like someone was supposed to come and help you with this work. And they're nowhere to be seen. No communication. Nothing. Right, okay. So between Tuesday and Wednesday, you're just making decisions as you go, right? There doesn't seem to be much of a plan in place here. It's like everything's a gamble, but every decision that you make in the spur of the moment is the right decision. Okay. Yeah, on Wednesday, by Wednesday, you'll start to see that there's a massive change happening, and you'll start to see good progress, right? And this is just by like going along, making all these decisions, whatever it is you're working on, like step by step, without a plan really. Maybe you had a plan for two of you or whatever, you in a group to do it, together, but they didn't turn up. So you have to change everything and do it by yourself. So the plan that you made maybe won't work out right because you needed others in it. So you're doing it by yourself, instinctually, right? You go along instinctually, and then it starts working out for you. And it will take a bit of a cycle, but you'll manage it. And as bad as it seems, right? Maybe it turns out that if these other people or this other person did get involved and help you like they were supposed to, it might not have actually went so smooth. Right? That's what it is. It's like a blessing in disguise, right? A blessing in disguise. So at the beginning of the week, you might find out something didn't go according to plan, right? Didn't go according to plan, but that is a blessing in disguise, because when you do it by yourself, it just flows better, works better, and there is a reason for this. Let's see. Yeah, the sudden change, right? Thunderbolt. A sudden change. I think that's what's happening at the beginning of the week. But actually, I think it motivates you into being even more powerful and having even more energy. And that's why this actually works. See, you've got a double confirmation there of the lightning bolt. So what else? Okay, so there's a big change starting at the beginning of the week. Something not going according to plan, okay. Yeah, but then that's actually what brings things into balance. It's harvest, gratitude, and balance. See, the scales are balanced here, and there's a harvest. So it's like you'll get something extra here that you wouldn't have got otherwise. The Earth's core. Yeah, it's like, I think with you working on this thing on your own, that's actually what brings more stability and security to the actual foundation of this project or whatever it is. Yeah, the commitment thing that was broken, right? At first it seemed, oh no, what am I going to do? But then it turns out even better with you doing it by yourself. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Mystic's Table, tools, preparation, and readiness. Okay? So, yeah, whatever it is, if you get a bit of a shock at the beginning of the week, don't panic, because it's a blessing in disguise, because you can do this easier and better on your own than you could with someone else getting involved, whoever it's supposed to be. Okay? I think that's the message, so I'll just leave it there for you, okay? Right, thank you for listening. I appreciate you spending time with me. And I'll see you next time, okay? Right, bye. We are doing predictions for this week, okay? So this could be on a personal level, or it could be something on a worldwide scale, okay? I'll just pick up whatever I can and relay the messages. Okay. Right, you're taking a lot of action this week, okay? A lot of action. It's you that's doing it, and it looks like you're doing it on your own, okay? But what you're actually doing is creating a lot of peace, right? It's like activating peace through action. Maybe you're in a group, but it looks like you're on your own. Hold on. Okay, right, it looks like you're taking action, okay, by yourself, maybe. Whatever it is, you're like the leader, right? But you're very peaceful in what you're doing here. If there's any communication coming from you, it's extremely peaceful, right? You're a very gentle person. We've got a little deer here, right? And a dove with an olive branch. So you're creating a lot of peace through your communication because you're being very gentle, right? But there's a reason to celebrate. It could be someone's birthday, okay, if we're being literal about this. But there is a reason to celebrate here. And you're seeing things from a higher perspective this week. It looks like this is a funny message, but it feels like you're healing in secret. Maybe you're hurt or upset about something and no one else knows about it. And you're trying to heal yourself quietly and secretly without anyone else knowing about it. You just want to be private, right? If you're hurt. So you're doing a lot of self-care. When it comes to relationships, there might have been a breakup here for you, but it could be healed as well, okay? Like, if there's any problems in relationships, it's possible for them to be repaired, okay? There is angelic guidance here. There's like something very spiritual happening this week. And it's got to do with creating peace and then having a celebration, seeing things from a higher perspective. Yeah, and healing something in secret. Okay. Right, I'll put the dice on and see what we get. Yeah, there's definitely something transforming this week. It's like a whole new beginning, right at the beginning of the week. There's something starting, transforming into, it's like a peaceful resolution, right? And there will be a reason for people to celebrate. That landed right on top. So, yeah, I was saying something about if you'd split up with someone or had problems in relationships, they could be healed. Right? Yeah, maybe you just need to communicate and talk things through and then bring understanding, right? Maybe that's why there's the dove with the olive branch. It's like an understanding will be reached and an agreement will be reached in order to balance out the scales in a relationship. This could be a relationship between countries, right? Or it could be a relationship you have personally with someone else. I can't really feel what that is. What is this? I feel like this has got a lot to do with the general public, right? So it looks like things will actually maybe start improving across the world. They're probably making new legal agreements and maybe signing documents to bring balance back into, you know, a situation that's went out of control. Let's see if we can get anything from the tea leaves, okay? Right, what is being worked on here? Now we've got the peacock. It's 2 birds you got, right? Beware of great pride. And then we've got happiness and flowers. Both birds. Both kind of the same colour, right? So you or someone will be extremely happy with how these things turn out. But you need to try and make sure you don't be prideful, or whoever it is, right? There's a lot of communication happening here. You've got 4 birds in this whole situation. Yeah, it's like there's someone been going around being really cocky, right? Like they're a peacock, showing off, thinking they're great and all that, right? But then this is a very gentle energy, so that's someone else. The flowers. I feel like the happiness belongs to the person who's bringing the peace, right? Yeah, it's like a peace deal, a peace agreement. What's that peacock doing? Slowly but surely getting ahead. Right, so things are going in the right direction. It'd be an older man, right? Dealing with a relationship with an older man. That's the peacock. And then there's a period of prosperity and abundance. That's how they're getting ahead, right? And then we've got another eagle. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. You had an eagle in your bed. Okay. So, yeah, there's some prideful older man who seems to be making a peace deal and slowly but surely getting ahead because he's coming into a period of prosperity and abundance. I keep feeling like that's someone else, but who's that other bird there? No, it's the same person, right? Because this older man here is like a peacock, right? Full of pride and arrogance and all that. Then you've got this stubborn, aggressive person who's the ram, who's really like a firecracker, right? Overexcitable, does anything to get what they want. This is a real dangerous person. Coming across like they're not, okay? So, but this person seems to be getting a deal that they like and they feel like they're getting ahead slowly but surely. And the reason they're happy is because it's like a giant ego getting what they want, right? So I don't know how good news that is. Not very. Right, what's transforming? Yeah, it's a connection. Transforming. Right, I feel like it's between... It does feel like countries. There's a crown. It could be either way, right? Just take it how it fits. So the thing that's transforming is a connection or an agreement. Honour and respect will come to you. There's a financial pinch and the box. You will receive a gift. Honour and respect will come to you. So if somebody was trying to take something that didn't belong to them, they'll get it back.